What is up, my peeps? It's your Knuckle Big Rucker back at you again with another action figure review. What we got this time is Hasbro Marvel Legends. We have got the Disney Plus Khonshu Build-A-Figure wave, and we've gone through all of the figures save one, and we now have last and would be least if not for Howard the Duck, which we've just previously reviewed. We have got from What If the Red Skull. And the reason I say least, this, just like the aforementioned Howard, was a cameo. I mean, not as short a stint as Howard, but it was a stint, a short stint nevertheless. And here we have the Red Skull again, which, well, I'll save that part for the at first glance segment. So looking at the box, we've got, as you see, it's the plastic-free packaging. Got the digital render of the Red Skull, What If logo right there. This is the Khonshu Build-A-Figure wave. So we have Khonshu right there. Takes 6 figures to build Khonshu. We are at Red Skull, which is number 6. The 7th figure in the wave is Zombie Iron Man, which is not required to build Khonshu. That's who we led off with. On the other side, we have artwork showing the Watcher and the Red Skull. Then, of course, on top, we've got the What If, the Watcher logo, basically. And on the back, we have another digital render of the Red Skull and his accessory, which is the Cosmic Cube or the Tesseract. And of course, we have on the left, our left, it would be the right arm to build Khonshu. And that's about the size of it. That's what we got going on. And one final look at the packaging. You see we've got the Red Skull staring back at us, wondering when we're going to get this party started, and the answer to that is right now. So we've got our Red Skull on a rotating platter, giving you a 360-degree visual of the figure. And at first glance, the first glance is this is a straight up reissue. Of course, they've changed the color scheme to how shall we say, cartoon him up a bit. But this figure was released a few years ago with the first release. It was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, the Tesseract. And this version of the skull came with that Tesseract, if I'm not mistaken. The skull also came in a different version without this long coat. He was like part of the old school Hydra from the first Avenger movie, Captain America: The First Avenger, and he wore this coat for the Tesseract. So I don't have that because I did not get that. I didn't get the Tesseract that year at Comic-Con. I have the latest one that came with Loki, the Disney Plus Loki. So I do have that. I wouldn't have gotten that. The only reason I got that is because I wanted to get Loki. So yep, talk about overkill, but that's what happens when you are a a neurotic completionist. Now, I did without that other Tesseract simply because I was getting the Red Skull the other way, and I was already cool with that. And I already built that for the Hydra soldiers. The wild thing is I never got around to displaying them, so they're all still in packaging. So you will not get a comparison this go round. Yep, possibly a first for the ruckus. So be that as it may, we will check out what we have here with this Red Skull. But before we do that, I need you guys to go down there and like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so. And while you guys are doing that, I will show you his lone accessory and the Khonshu piece. The Khonshu piece, as I called it, is the right arm to build Khonshu, and we have now officially gathered up all of the parts, and our next video we will be putting Khonshu together and see what he looks like. And the Red Skull's lone accessory is this Tesseract, Cosmic Cube, whatever you want to call it. And this is all he came with. So here we have the Red Skull up close and personal. Like I said, this is the What If version, so he's been cartooned up. The original one, the skull was a more blood red. As you see, this is more of a bright, vibrant kind of a tomato red, so to speak. You've got the nice eyes going on in there. So yeah, so that's really the difference is in the head sculpt. The body is essentially the same. We've got nice paint apps, though. I got to give that. Look at that buckle there. You've got the Hydra logo on the buckle. There's another some paint on the buckle going across his torso, so that's pretty nice. You've got Hydra insignia on his shoulders, looking pretty good. Once again, this is an older figure, so you've got the double jointed pinned elbows. You've got pinned legs as well, as I flap that back so you can see what we're talking about. Bottom half is molded in like a kind of a almost a charcoal black. It's got some kind of sheen though, and then of course you got the boots, but that's about it. You've got paint buttons going down the coat there, so that's cool. Silver paint. You got red highlights there for his collar and on his sleeves, as you can see there. Nothing going on in the back, and that's about the size of it for our Red Skull here. Here's the Red Skull with his Tesseract in hand, and of course, you know, typical pose that you would more or less see the skull in while he's wielding the Tesseract. And just because I said we'd get no comparisons with the Red Skull that our What If version is based on, that doesn't mean I wasn't going to give a comparison with any Red Skull. Here we have from the recent supervillains wave from sometime last year, 2021, we have the Red Skull, the comic version. And this was a welcome update where it needed it. And you see he also has, well, in the comic world, this is known as the Cosmic Cube as opposed to the Tesseract. And the comic version is a happier guy than our What If version, don't you think? Here we have the Red Skull with his castmates. We've got on our left the Hydra Stomper, and on our right, Captain Peggy Carter. And here we have the Red Skull with the rest of the wave here. As you can see, going from my left to my right, we have Agent Jimmy Woo, we have Zombie Iron Man, we have Zombie Scarlet Witch, we've got Howard the Duck. In front of him, we've got Scott Lang, his head, He Who Remains, and of course, classic Loki. Up next, Khonshu himself. So to sum it all up, the Hasbro Marvel Legends Disney Plus #4 Khonshu Build-A-Figure Wave Red Skull from the What If show is once again another questionable release. Did we really need this? I mean, if you missed out on that Red Skull all those years ago, yeah, that'll do you a solid right there. But in terms of sensibility for what to release for the What If show, I mean, one, we're getting way too many What If characters as far as I'm concerned. And they're getting a second season as well, so we're going to get a whole lot more. So there is that, but there could have been several. This is the same, you know, this is just as questionable a decision as was Heist Nebula in the previous What If wave. I tell you, there's several characters that we could have gotten. We could have gotten Killmonger. We could have gotten Party Thor. We could have gotten, I mean, if you want to get a character that you know, only had like a major role in one episode. We could have gotten, don't kill me for this, Captain Marvel. You know, she did fight Party Thor for the majority of that particular episode. There's several characters that we could have gotten in place of the Red Skull and in place of Howard the Duck, for that matter. But it is what it is. This is what we got, so this is what we deal with, especially if you want to build Khonshu, which I know I definitely want to do, and that's what we will be doing next. So that's coming up next, building Khonshu and rating the wave from bottom to the top. I suspect I already I know what's going to be at the top, and I definitely know what's going to be at the bottom. This is going to be one of the more easy waves for me to rate, that's for sure. Anyhow, we'll worry about that next go round. That's it for this review, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please leave your comments down below, questions, concerns, critiques, what have you. If you want to be notified when I upload another video, while you're down there, hit that bell. You shall be notified for sure. On behalf of Red Skull here, I am the Ruckus, leaving you with this. Remember, the hunt continues, and I'm out. Peace.